Yeah!
Hey, with just Wooly coming in. Well, the Council on Foreign Relations hasn't even installed Hillary yet, and a sizable majority of people hate her and her policies. Look at this. There's a statistic if I've ever seen one. Those are some pretty rough numbers there, Clinton. Just imagine when you start messing stuff up when you're in office. Yeah, I'm sure your support's just going to be absolutely wonderful. Now, for those of you that don't know, I did say installed for a reason. Tried and true information, why vote when they admit it's rigged? Yes, your vote doesn't count. The criminal cabals like the Council on Foreign Relations, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, United Nations, hand select the treasonous psychopathic scum to be installed. Hence why Hope and Change didn't really go so well for you.
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.
And Clinton's managed to piss a lot of people off in her Secretary of State days, like a whole bunch of veterans' families, you know, from the ones that committed suicide when they realized that the State Department was arming, funding, and training these same jihadi scumbags that blew their buddies' brains out on the battlefield.
Hillary Clinton has described already the meeting in the White House over 2 years ago. Everyone in the national security team recommended arming ISIS.
You know, and then the veterans that didn't commit suicide are extremely pissed, waving around their anti-Obama regime emblems demanding justice.
These folks demand justice. They cry out for justice. Silence is not an option anymore.
We will find those that perpetrated this and bring them to justice. The loss of an American ambassador cannot be the new normal. To have former Navy SEALs to go and try to defend American lives and be left out to dry, that cannot be the new normal. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's more important to some people here in Washington, D.C. to protect President Obama and to protect former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, I say shame on you.
In Hillary's endorsement and everybody pushing Hillary, this is an administration that rewards lies. I want you to understand that.
As you heard earlier, the marching order is issued. As all good patriots are honor-bound to do, muster your people, your talents, your dedication, and your respect.
Special operations folks are some very smart individuals, so if you think that you're pulling a fast one on them there, Clinton, I'd think again. These are some of the most hardened, militarily capable individuals that this country has to offer. Council on Foreign Relations here wants to enhance U.S. support for the United Nations. Well, fat chance on that, you Council on Foreign Relations scumbags. Yet seeing as it's already been proven that the United Nations is genocidal, not to mention they're gun grabbers, you know, with the whole arms trade treaty and all that. Yeah, exactly.
This has gone on too long, and it's time the entire country stood up against the NRA.
China is sending a combat unit on UN peacekeeping duties. The 700 troops will be the largest so far China has sent on UN peacekeeping missions. The troops will be involved in
I want to thank the United Nations for hosting today's events.
So there you have it. Off to a rough start there, United Nations, with David Rockefeller coming out and just saying the UN's designed for mass murder. Great PR campaign, right? I'm sure that'll go over very, very well. And speaking of genocide, the UN's doing a pretty good job of it. For instance, here's U.S. Corp death rate, where U.S. Corp kills 2.5 million. So I'm just curious, Clinton, what's the genocidal rate compared to China that you're aiming for in your 8-year installment? Could you possibly be shooting for, I don't know, a 4, maybe even 5 million more? I don't know. If left to her and Rothschild's devices here, they very well could achieve that, considering they're completely looting and selling out America for the rise of Red China. Yes, that's right. Rothschild is essentially looting the U.S., as it has been for years now, and propping up the communist Chinese. Hence why communist China has somehow wound up with some of DARPA's most technological and top-secret military advancements. But I don't suppose Clinton's little private email server and the systematic sellout of America would have anything to say about that.
You just isolate on the economics of Asia Pacific, and by any metric or measurement you apply, it is the fastest growing, will continue to be, world's middle class, economic development, opportunities, energy. I mean, you take any frame of reference of commerce and trade, that part of the world is the most dynamic and will continue to be the most dynamic.
And I'm absolutely surprised, considering the FBI has already stated that Clinton has leaked above top secret information, why they don't at least put a muzzle on that bitch, because who knows how much she's leaking running around on the campaign trail, put her in solitary confinement. And seeing as she has access to all the world leaders, some of them hostile, some of them semi-hostile, and some of them not hostile, but you still don't want to give them your military edge, you know, like top secret DARPA projects. So how is it that legitimate national security apparatuses do not perceive her as an imminent threat, as long as her mouth works and she can type on a keyboard and leak more classified information?